What are your thoughts on who Cadbury would prefer? Obviously, Kraft is a hostile bid, but what's the best case for Cadbury?
Well, number one, they don't want to be acquired by anybody. Their best case is everybody goes away. Second best case is that Hershey ends up controlling the company in one way or another, because Cadbury itself was formed by the Quakers as a charitable trust, and it has an awful lot culturally in common with Hershey, which itself was formed by an educational trust by the Hershey family. And so they both have this sort of eleemosynary nonprofit instinct that drives them well and permits them to think about local issues and employment over profits in many cases. So there's a lot of cultural compatibility there. They can't stand Kraft at Cadbury. They do not want Kraft to come in and do what they did to Terry's, shut it down.
So talk a little bit about where that animosity comes from, because there's been some very strong language coming out of England about Kraft.
Members of Parliament, members of the House of Lords all speak. They don't use the word Kraft. They talk about foreign owners, but they mean Kraft, and they don't like the idea of Kraft as a multinational company, profit motive, slow growth. They don't see that as in the interests of their beautiful Bournville garden facility at Cadbury. They don't see it in the interest of local employment. They don't see it in the interests of the sort of British tradition of Cadbury.
John, tell me a little bit more about Cadbury's presence in England. You mentioned the garden.
The crown jewel of the Cadbury asset is their gardens at Bournville, where they also have a facility. And it's just a lovely tourist attraction. It's much more understated, more British than Hershey Park in Pennsylvania, but it has much of the same sort of local boosterism. Cadbury's sort of elegant British chocolate tradition has its home in Bournville.